I think, as most people would expect, Destruct is coming out really strong in this cup. Now, on the other hand, though, Ouija facing off against him, I really like the play that he's put together the opening, 5 minutes of each match. It's been pretty solid. Yeah, he's down by 9, but come on, he's playing against Brian Flander, folks. It's not an easy task.
The world famous.
Honestly,
I mean, DKT has been in esports forever. I mean, he was even like a team manager at the CGS, like you said, Unreal and Quake experience up the wazoo. So yeah, kind of hard to deal with that if you're Ouija. And again, DKT, I've actually seen him practicing. I can't talk about the last week or two specifically, but I've seen him practicing more lately than in quite some time. As you may or may not know, he publicly has stated that QuakeCon 2010 will be his last event as a pro gamer. Yeah. Unless something really big comes into fruition for him.
Honestly, I really feel like DKT might be that guy that starts managing teams or something.
No, that's kind of what he wants. At least I can't remember exactly what he said in the press release or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
But yeah, I believe he said he wanted to get more involved in esports, but just had the opportunities haven't presented themselves. So as a player, though, this might be the last time we see him in a competitive scene. But a lot of people say that, and a lot of people lie. So we'll see.
Now, one thing that really interests me, though, is that DKT's been around long enough where he's seen, what happens when esports goes bad. Like basically bad league management, bad, masterful promises that amount to nothing, and things like that. He's been there on the player's end. And so my hope is that if he ever does get involved in an organization, he's going to bring that experience with him and make sure that the players are taken care of. That'd certainly be my hope. And I mean, I think it'd be a great asset to anybody. Because he just has, like you said, just so much raw experience in several games. Can't really go wrong with the guy. We just kind of lucky to get away with getting that mega damage. Oh, that's a rocket to the face. And he's now armorless. Struck looking to pick up number 11 here in the final minute. And Ouija decides to cross the map, pick up a frag before he picks up the red, and that's going to give him number 2. Let's take a look at the accuracies. 35% rail. 21 LG, 33 rocket. Destruct, on the other hand, 14% rail. Yeah, folks, you don't have to use rail on this map, apparently. But 20% LG, 31 rocket. Lots of that spam. Interestingly enough, 10% plasma, and we saw plasma used quite a lot there. Destruct seemed like he was even trying to work on his accuracy there. So, we'll see. So Destruct is going to take this 2-0 in terms of maps, and he will move on to the next round. And I'm going to see what we can do about getting the next matchup underway. Alien, if I can bring you back to the here to stay comments, and if you can maybe elaborate a little bit more on that.
Absolutely. When I say here to stay, it's pretty much exactly what it means, is that National ESL is not going anywhere after the IEM is finished. In fact, if players take the time to look at the PDF file that kind of outlines how the IEM process works for Quake Live specifically, you will notice that a lot of it leads directly into additional cups after the IEM process has been completed, as well as leagues. Anything that you're doing right now in an official context as far as cups go. The first cup that we just had on Thursday, this one today, is not just about the IEM. The IEM is obviously the main part of it, and that's and we're going to get to that point. But everything up to that, the IEM, every cup that we have will lead directly into leagues and additional cups following the IEM. The structure outlines exactly how the leagues will be set up. We'll have 16 players in the Premier Division, or Pro Division, if you will, and then from there it will go First Division, Second Division, Third Division, and so on, depending on the number of players that we sign up. Those leagues will be scheduled matches, at least for the first 3 divisions. They will be specifically scheduled matches, so you'll play 1 match a week. It will be a 15-week season. It will be set up very similar to European soccer leagues, where you will have a promotion and relegation level. So the top and I don't, these aren't exact yet, but let's say the top 3 of First Division their incentive to play and to continue to be active and to make sure that they play all of their matches will be that they will be promoted to the Premier Division, and the bottom 3 of the Premier Division will be relegated to the First Division, so on. What that will do is create a long-standing, viable, consistent, and stable league system in which players will continue to want to play. Obviously, we would be looking to put prize money into certain aspects of the league, as well as to additional cups that we would running. There's a lot coming out of this. It's not just about the IEM, and that structure document that you can find on the ESL website completely outlines it. So if you want to know, okay, how can I get into the First Division? I don't feel like I'm good enough to win one of these cups. I'm not going to make it to the IEM. I'm definitely not maybe one of the top 16, but I want to be in that First Division because there's going to be a lot more opportunity there for me. It's a bigger name for myself. It outlines, this structure document completely outlines exactly what you need to do if you want to get into the First Division. It also tells you exactly who will be in the Second Division and how the Third Division will lay out. And then after that, it will probably pretty much be first come, first serve, because the top 3 or 4 divisions are going to be our top 60-some players or 50-some players.
Sweet, man.
I'm actually in the server with Fleischer and KM Latteris starting right now. Just
on here with Ray versus Raul, and this is a grudge match of sorts for QLTV, because we had the pleasure of casting these guys. God, it was probably a year ago, if I had to guess. And I want to say that might have even been for the NGL when they did a dual cup way back in the day. But my memory is pretty fuzzy on that. Now, Alien, I mean, I love what you were saying about how, for players that aren't like, I'm not going to ever be at that pro level. What's in this for me? I love the format that you're toying with that will kind of get them involved. I mean, I think that's fantastic. I mean, is that going to become like, kind of the, do you see that as kind of becoming a standard? For even
absolutely.
Even other leagues picking up on that, assuming it's successful.
There are other leagues. Yeah, there are other leagues, but if you go look at their website, you'll see that there's a lot of inactivity. There's a lot of forfeiting of matches. There's a lot of people that just give up on it. And I think partly that is because the league or the organization gives up on it, and that's not where we're at, and that's not what we're about. For those that know Steve, myself, Beef, Midway, the guys that are really the meat of what's happening here, Flame as well. We're serious admins and we're passionate about what we do. We're not in this to make money. We're in it because we like what we do. Hopefully, down the line something, it leads to something. I'd love to be able to sit at home and my job be to admin, events all day. I'd love for that to be that way, but we all know that's, just as much as it's kind of shady getting players paid, we know that it's probably even harder to get admins paid. But what the ESL has always been about is stability, and they do it. It may not be flashy and it may not be huge, but it's consistent. And what National ESL we'll do is to continue that. It will be about the base. It will be about the 99% of people that don't have a huge name in gaming, because those are the people that will help drive the leagues and the ladders and the tournaments even further down the road than just